Hey, seconds per frame here with another episode of Vampire Survivors. This time again, some more random item runs. I haven't played much around with the new characters, just enough to, see everything there is in the update, but I still would like to try them in random runs, so going to go with Cavallo over here, also Green Acres. And the rules still apply. Picking always the first option to randomize what we get. Center water, first item, nice. So yeah, our random item runs actually became quite a bit more spicy as we were blessed by the devs, of course, with a new stat, Curse, which does of course increase enemy spawn rate, or rather how many enemies there are being spawned. Also they get increased movement speed and are tougher to kill through more HP, which you probably already can notice right away, as I'm having trouble staying out of enemies' range and taking damage for it. But yeah, also the new item Scalomaniac, which additionally does add more curse when you get it, does also increase the spiciness of random item runs now, because whenever you get it, you're in for quite the challenge, especially with totally random item builds. So yeah, we will see. Also still sticking to this kind of map, because enemies also have another 50% additional health right from the get-go, so you can't get more challenge out of regular runs like this, and especially on random item runs. So it's all down to luck and decent enough movement. There you go. The skull already showed up, but this time it wasn't forced upon us. So yeah, we will see. Center water magic items, a magic wand rather, are good items on their own. Our new and improved added weapon, which is Cherry Bomb of course, is already a new SD item for me. It's like Bone, but even better, as it bounces around. It slows down each time it hits an enemy before disappearing, and when it does so, it has a chance to explode for even more added AoE damage. So yeah, it's even better Bone, basically. Also, cool new effects. Look at them enemies spawning and swarming us en masse. It's always going to be a little harder from here on out. Imagine, unlocking the next difficulty level or so, because through power-ups, Curse was also added, which I obviously have maxed out. There's always going to be 50% faster, tougher, and more enemies. So it will be quite fun to see how our random runs turn out, and when the time comes that I will inevitably die. Or maybe that doesn't happen because I will drop the format at that point, but for now I'm still enjoying it. So if they at some point make runs like this official, it would be quite nice to see, most definitely. I'm very glad though that they added new stuff this weekend as well, and there's a good amount of stuff to play around with. 2 new characters, one with a new weapon, one now starting with X, which was still missing, a new stat which changes the game. No, not completely, but the pace of the game is definitely put upside down. It's quite more action oriented right now. Before you're mostly going to stand around, and now even with max power-ups you're still running into problems every once in a while, so you have to keep your game up. It's probably not a stat you want to pick up if you're still struggling with regular runs, though, I have to say. But otherwise, feel free to do so. I did a maximum curse run, which is to say, you know, pick Llama, which comes with passive curse. Max out your curse power up, and of course pick the Skull or Maniac up when it comes up, and this way you're going to get up to 130% curse, which is quite ridiculous. I was actually quite surprised how much harder the game does. I wouldn't recommend combining that with a slow character, you know. If I would play something like the Mario, which is, you know, slow as an old person would likely be at that age, yeah, you're probably going to die a lot. But that's where revives come in, I would imagine. Yeah, let's stay outside the circle of death there. Don't want to get surrounded with this amount of enemies coming so fast after me. I'm happy though. Everything that makes the game more exciting, I'm in. I'm usually not the person going for, you know, challenge run and all that, but this time, you know, I found me a game that gripped me right from the start. I just saw one video and I was already hooked, and I had to get it for myself, you know. Especially that at that ridiculously lower price, you know. You can't compete with that. So, what are things we would like to see in this run, though? Well, of course, you know, items to evolve our weapons, which we will get and already have, but also something which does go quite nicely with this character is more luck. So then there's a weapon used for luck besides pentagram, because, you know, there's only a chance for the cherry bomb to explode and deal damage, so the more luck you have, there you go, the higher your chances. It goes up through level ups, of course, you know, otherwise it would just happen too rarely, but yeah. The more luck the better, right? Already I'm glad that we picked up a tractor, because as I've noticed in my max curse run, you know, a pickup range would have definitely helped out in a couple of situations, but yeah, just gotta be patient, you know, evade enemies, not die basically, and then run over a tractor pickup at some point in the run, and, you know, you're getting everything which you didn't manage to pick up before that, although I'm really getting swamped right now. I need something to keep the enemies at bay, and I only have mostly magic wand for that, so gotta move away here. More magic wand does help, but I'd rather have something more potent. Even garlic or something like that would help out here. I'm gonna pick that up. More wands. No, nice. Yeah, life regeneration keeping us in the game right now. Maybe you can get a chicken in there or two. Would be quite nice. Otherwise we just have to be careful and considerate with our movement. Still picking up enough experience, you know. That's where attract up definitely helps out, otherwise we wouldn't have leveled already. Again. Yeah, keeps us safe enough. Our whip is nice though. I don't know why I always end up with whip on this character. I don't know. I just, as in one of my thumbnails, you know, I made a joke with, oh, now I'm the trainer. I just imagined, you know, a panda in the zoo. You know, whipping his trainer around. I know it's kinda lame, but yeah. gotta choose something to show people, right? I don't know, it's kind of hard, you know. If you're putting my effort in your video, you're probably going to get a better reaction, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple. That's why I'm quite satisfied with my current template for this game, which I think is better than, you know, just using in-game screenshots. And oh no, you gotta be kidding me. Why, game? Why you do this to me? Well, at least it gave us a breather for exactly 1 second before, you know, we get swarmed again. God damn it. Whip does help though. You know, it's just again another direction in which we can clear enemies. King's Bible, finally something that will come in handy with this amount of enemies. Are we already up at level 8? Holy shit. If we only manage to get Iron Heart, I'm going to be quite happy about it. More pentagram, oh, alright. Kill everything, delete everything, as always. Oh, with this many enemies around, actually, it's not the worst choice, you know. Doesn't have an evolution yet, but goodbye everyone. Should have stayed closer to the boss to kill him as well, but alright. I'm going to keep to my own advice and pick up the chest as soon as it drops, because otherwise sooner or later the pentagram will just delete the chest, which would be sad. Alright, we already have Labora, and that's nice to see. At least we have one evolution going for us. And a quite potent one at that, so at least we're good in the late game AoE department, you know. I'm not going to sweat that, but as for right now, you know, a couple more levels in Bible won't hurt. No, they won't. Pentagram though, I mean, it could come in handy, you know, especially in the last couple minutes where we're getting totally rushed by now 50% more enemies than usual, and yeah, cleaning the screen up can definitely buy us precious seconds, you know, to still win the run. Got revive going, of course, but yeah, I'd rather not rely on that to win the run. It's quite anxiety inducing, you know, last couple of seconds, and I've seen plenty of screenshots of which people posted where, you know, that died exactly in the last second. Like, come on, that's gotta be one of the shittiest feeling in this game, right? You know, dying at 10 minutes 20, it sucks already bad enough, but in the last second, oh no. Yeah, that's where a revive definitely would have helped, I guess. I hope people don't get mad at me because I believe I didn't exactly mention that the videos posted about the new characters and upgrades were still in beta branch, but well, I would imagine, at least for me it's usually, you know, Fridays to Saturdays, somewhere along those lines the upgrade drops in beta branch, and then the following Sunday is usually where the update gets released, Monday at the latest, so I don't know. Well, I only really would have to worry about it if I would post a video to social media. I would have to apply a spoilers tag, just for the people who don't want to know early, you know? Good thing chest drops after pentagram kills the boss. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about, in terms of my random runs, that characters like Mortashio would probably make it a little too easy, because his passive is quite powerful, you know, with the added projectiles per level, which this character does also, but, you know, he's new. There you go. We got our whip evolution ready to go with our next boss drop. But yeah, he's just fun to play. Also, you know, he's a big fucking panda. Visually I still prefer, you know, Lana, the dude with the axe, but yeah, this one is also cool. It's it's just weird, you know. And why is he called horse in Italian? I don't know, but yeah, the devs are funny like that, right? They spread many Italian jokes throughout the game, which I quite like, you know. There's also some weird stuff going on within the game files, which I've also mentioned, but yeah, have a look for yourself, I guess. There you go. Give me that whip. Gonna whip them dudes back into oblivion. More hollow heart, I guess. Yeah, okay. Still have potential to pick up Tome to upgrade magic wands. For Spellbinder to get Unholy Vespers, King's Bible Evolution. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm still hoping for Skull. That would be hilarious, you know. Just making it as ridiculous as possible. It definitely hurts your run at the beginning, you know. It's quite a bit harder to stay alive, you know. You have to be careful and considerate with what you're doing, especially your movement, but I don't know how much it impacts the late game. I wouldn't think too much, because, you know, enemies are already blocking themselves, trying to get to me. Usually, it's how it goes. But yeah, I still do be glad that we managed to get Bloody Tears for the life regeneration effect it has on hitting enemies, of course. Which is like, what, 8 kills? Oh, crown, yeah. That's totally what we need. Well, at least the next upgrade's coming faster, I guess. Crowny. But yeah, now with the added curse stats, like I said, it changes the game up, you know, not just in its pacing, but there's new opportunities. Like Crown, for example, I would now consider taking more often, you know, maybe, at least. And now revise, oh, okay. Yeah, after the good stuff, you know, the game gives you the shit stuff. But yeah, anyway, just because, you know, it helps with, you know, getting stronger a little early, you know, if you manage to level faster, because, you know, enemy quantity and how strong they are, this does ramp up rather quickly, you know, and the numbers get quite ridiculous at the start. Okay. Well, at least we don't have anything that stuns the Reaper or something like that, so makes us invulnerable. So we're not going to, you know, stand there for 3 minutes waiting to die, basically. More crown. Even more crown. Because sure, why not? Still would like to see some more evolutions. And yeah. So, how have you been doing today? Hope you're doing well. I know I asked every video for some time now, but yeah, I hope you're doing well, you know. Would be kind of sad for me to know, you know, you're lying in a deathbed watching my videos, and that's the last you see of humanity, you know. Maybe pick some better made videos, I don't know, but yeah, feel free to do so whatever you want, of course, but yeah. I hope you're not dying, let's just say that, yeah. Keep at it, you know. If you're not feeling well, it will get better at some point. Unless you're literally dying, then, you know, rest in peace, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this format is still a lot of fun, you know. Anyone out there, you know, who's maxed out on everything like I am already, give this format a shot, you know. Random items, you know, either pick the first option or whatever, you know, just doesn't matter. Randomly generate your picks, I don't know. There's plenty of possibilities, but it does make the runs quite interesting. And it always showcases that basic game knowledge and knowing your enemies, and also having power-ups maxed out, of course, is all you really need to, you know, have success with the game. I haven't lost a run in so long, mostly while trying to record the new movement challenge, which was to be expected, you know. You're probably not going to finish that challenge first try unless you do your research beforehand, which I only did very basically. I just knew, you know, pick Poe or his garlic at the start, which makes things easier and also kills enemies around you. I've tried other characters though, and his increased pickup range is where it's at mostly. Also, you know, without a track top you're basically screwed, and yeah, that's all the information I had at the beginning. And then you start to learn that at some point, you know, experience just stops getting to you. Okay. Well, we filled our last item slots with not the most useful combination of items, you know. Tiramisu, at least, you know, doing something for us if happen to, you know, fuck up, or, you know, the enemy managed to kill us. It may help there, but Stormmaster, yeah, no. Although I do now welcome, you know, more gold income within runs, because, yeah, new power-ups always cost a lot of gold. Come on, don't get too close to me. Look at Labora go. It's melting them. And Whip keeps our HP up high enough, at least long enough for us to survive this. Can't really move right now. I want to kill the boss first, just to get him out of there. There you go. Otherwise I'm just going to go into him by accident. Good thing we picked up that chest before pentagram triggers. Yeah, this time it didn't touch the items, but may have. It may have done so. I mean, we would just have lost some gold, but yeah, I would rather keep additional gold around right now. Those upgrades are only bound to get more and more expensive, so it's good to not have to worry about it. Like, I remember first starting out, you know, I still had to save up a little gold just to unlock new characters, but never had to do that ever again since now, you know. Not that I did recently, but you know what I mean. Good not to worry, you know. At least some aspect of my life where I can feel a little rich, I guess. I could of course go for maximized gold runs and all that, you know, always playing library, always getting stone masks as early as possible and all that, but nah. I'm going for maximum fun, at least what's fun for me, and if you, as a viewer, also enjoy it, then I'm glad enough, you know. Now that it happens more and more, that I also get some comments down below. It's quite nice, you know, to see that people actually enjoyed my content. you know, first starting out, I would have guessed that I'd mostly get views from, well, non-native English-speaking countries who also happen to, you know, be fluent enough in English to, you know, consume media in English exclusively. Just because usually as someone who is not a native speaker and has an accent themselves, speaking English or any language for that matter, they will more often than not, you know, overlook not having as fluent as a way of speaking and not having a strong accent. But to my surprise, you know, most of my viewers are from the United States, or rather, you know, North America, I would have to say. Which, you know, it's a huge audience, of course. I'm not expecting to tap into the Russian or Chinese market. But yeah, that would have been my guess, but turns out it's actually not the case, you know. Which I'm glad to see, you know. Just that I'm comprehensible enough that actually people speaking English as their mother's tongue, you know, are happy enough to actually sit through one of my videos. Also, something weird happens. I made a YouTube Shorts video about something I talked about in the beginning of one of my other videos, which is that how to fix your Steam achievements if they're not showing up correctly, even though you already unlocked them in the game. It's just a big red button in the options menu, but apparently, you know, some people posted about it online, but no one made a video. And was sitting at like, I don't know, 24 views or something for 4 days before, you know, it just suddenly went up. You know, don't know why, but somehow the shorts picked it up, and yeah, in just half a day I was suddenly sitting at over or close to 800 views. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but well, I'm definitely glad for it. You could call it going viral, at least in comparison to my usual view rate, which is nice to see. At least glad I could be, you know, helping people, because I just thought to myself, you know, it's a helpful bit of knowledge to have if you run into that problem. And as is usual today, you know, most people rather watch a 10-second clip of someone explaining it to them instead of, you know, reading a couple of words. It is how it is, but yeah, I hoped I could help a couple of people out there nonetheless, so I'm glad I reached some more. There you go, our map boss. Still grinding away. Oh no, come on, don't do me like that. I gotta get chicken here. Gotta get out of here. Come on, let me out of here. Help! Oh no! I just managed to survive. Whip is keeping us alive. We gotta go. We gotta make some distance. Do we not have Bible? Oh yeah, right. We don't have the corresponding item to make it better. It does last as long, and there's a gap of a second or so where enemies can't get through. But we managed to kill him, so there's that. Still with 3 revives still under our belt, we should be able to do just fine. Yeah, now it's getting triggered, right? Yeah, right at the end where we're safe again. Thanks, Pentagram. Give me that orb. I'm still sour over the fact though that I didn't manage to get this character to level 100 the first time I played him. I shouldn't have played on this map, most definitely. Which, you know, you're killing less enemies because they have more HP, and I was too stupid to see that Curse was a power-up right from the get-go, even without the item. I just thought, oh, new item, new stat. Should have thought about that, obviously, because, you know, new stat obviously means there's a corresponding power-up, which simply makes sense, you know. But I was too excited to play the new characters. Oh well. Well, if I had picked up the power-up, though, I would have probably still managed to get to max level. Because as in this run right here, I do have Crown also, and way more enemies means more experience, even though if they're tougher, you know. It should work out something along those lines in the end run. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe the added HPs from Curse and for this map especially, you know, would have cancelled each other out, you know. There would have been more, of course, but they would be even harder to kill, so, you know, maybe not, but yeah. If someone knows the math on this, I would glad to hear it. Otherwise, I just have to go by my gut feeling and say that, yeah, more enemies usually, you know, there's more experience going in by having more enemies around than, you know, losing out on experience because they're getting harder to kill, I would imagine. Just through the nature of how your weapons works, you know. Also, you know, the last time I struggled to get to level 90 even, but, you know, I'm 90 already and there's 1.5 minutes left where the most amount of experience in this short amount of time will drop, so we should be good to go. Also, I'm going to take this chest. Use the opportunity to move outside of here, just because I don't want to die. Give me a little breathing room over here, just to, you know, don't want to get it too close at the end here. It's always sad to see a run, you know, fail in the last couple of minutes of this game. At this point you just want to feel awesome, you know, slaughtering fools all around you en masse. Yeah. I'm certainly not one to be known for maximum kills, you know, like in the 50,000s or something. I usually don't manage, but I'm not going for the most optimized builds. Look at the experience gain from that screen clear. Yeah. Okay, I mean, Pentagram of course does definitely help with tougher enemies because it just doesn't care. You know, it one-shots everything except certain bosses. One boss, that is. But yeah, if they manage to kill us in the last 20 seconds here with 3 revives going and all our items, I would be quite sad though. Just something that shouldn't happen. The boomers can't reach us, so we're surrounded though. And heavily so. I won't take a chicken again, it's not needed. Whip should get us up there anyway, and there you go. Goodbye everyone. That's our first death. Shortly invulnerable, of course. There's a second death. Three deaths. Oh, there you go. Our last revive. 4 death. 1100 gold for me again. Yay! Let's see here. Okay, yeah, Labora. Almost 7 million damage. That's quite nice to see. Pentagram also doing huge damage there at the end, especially. Cherry Bomb actually falling off, but I believe that's due to our item combination. You know, I'm still of the opinion that it's a huge damage weapon. Not only because of its bounce, but because of its AoE, but we have managed to pick up that much luck in this run, so yeah, worked out differently this time. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, consider leaving a like, of course. If you want to see more, subscribe or don't, it's up to you. Have a nice day still. Signing off. Bye bye.